Hello, you language learners out there. Thank you very much for tuning in today. And in our today's show, we are going to tell you or talk about something very essential because we do it quite often, or many people do it on a regular basis. And that thing is writing. How do you improve your writing skills? You might want to ask me. I think there are 5 things you can do to improve your writing skills in any language of your choice, either in English, French, Japanese, German, Russian, in fact, all the languages. If you obey the rules, you will always get better. Because I don't believe there's perfection, but I know you can always become better. You can always be better than what you were yesterday. So practice, they say, is perfect, which I don't accept. Practice makes you improve. So how do you improve your writing skills? That's the question you are going to ask me. I am here to answer that. So there are 5 things you need to improve on to become better at writing. Number 1 is grammar. Grammar and vocabulary. These 2 things, you can't run away from them. Writing is very essential. Speaking and writing, I think there are 2 most important things in any language learning process, because you either speak or you write, or you do both of them. And for you to do any of these 2 or both of them, you need to know the grammar of the language. You need to know exactly what tenses are, adjectives, nouns, prepositions. You need to know all these things. But you need to know the tenses, because you, in any writing process, you're going to need to know the tense of your writing. Either you're writing the present tense, past tense, future tense. Sometimes you use the conditional when you write. So you need to know exactly what tenses are. Then you need to also know the vocabulary, which words are you going to use, which ones, because there are synonyms. And so you either use this particular word, or you can use this synonym for that particular word as well. So you need to know a lot of words to be able to write comfortably. So grammar and vocabulary, they're the number 1 things you really need to know or to master to become good at writing. The next one is, in fact, there's no way you can write well without really reading well. So you must have read lots of things, books, novels, whatever it is, newspapers. Just read. So the next thing is just for you to read. Just read as many things as can come your way. Just read. Because the more you read, the better you become as a writer. Because while you're reading, you're writing in the process, because you are not copying, but looking at the way others write. So in the process, when you're going to write, you will remember the kind of sentences, the words, the way the person coined his phrases and all that. You can remember all that. Those things will come into the picture, and you can even emulate some of them. So reading is writing, and writing is reading. So we need to read correctly. So that's number 2. Number 3 is, of course, writing. You've got to write regularly, because if you don't write, you wouldn't improve. So you need to write, because the more you write, the better you become. That is where that perfection comes in. But nobody gets to that perfection stage. You can always better your best. So you can always write and write and write. So the more you write, the better you become. That is the what I need to tell you. So please write. So number 1, grammar and vocabulary. Number 2, reading quite often. Number 3, writing quite often. Very, very important. And the 4th one is to proofread your work. Of course, when you write, you need to sit back and read back to yourself, maybe reading out loud, to know if the words sound well. Because if they don't, then maybe somebody else reading it might not also get it. So you need to proofread in order to make corrections. Those grammar that I was telling you, the grammatical side of the sentences must be right. Make sure that you use the subject verb complement. You need to know all that structure. So that is very important. And the last one is number 5, is to get a coach or a teacher or somebody who can tell you what to do. After writing, you need to submit your work to somebody and say, oh, please, I have written this. Could you help me look at it from a fresh perspective and tell me what you think about it? So you need to have somebody with whom you can discuss, somebody who can make corrections, somebody who can help you model your writing style. All these are pegged down to somebody who can coach you, like a teacher, a coach, whatever. But you need to get somebody who would look at your work, because you might look at your work and say, oh, it's great. But somebody will say, hey, if I were you, I would have written it this way. Or why don't you change this and that? And so a fresh perspective. So that's it, my friends. 5 things you need to do. Grammar, vocabulary, very important. And so the next one is number 2 is to read. Reading is writing, like I said. The more you read, the better you become as a writer. The next one is number 3 is to write regularly. You can't run away from it. That is one thing that you need to do as often as possible. The next one is to proofread your work or give it to somebody to proofread so that to check and see if everything is okay. Okay. And the last one is you need to find somebody who will coach you, because you cannot coach yourself. All right. So you need also somebody who to guide you to make corrections if need be. So all these are things you really need to do to become a great writer. Until next time, my friends, please keep shooting for the stars or the moon or both of them. Cheers.